Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Dr. Shira. I'm going to teach you or share with you about art of negotiation, right? Every single day when we want something, okay, we always maybe we are having conflicting interest with another person. So in other words, we need to negotiate, give and take so that both will be happy and move forward and get what each other want. So let's get started. So what is negotiation? Okay, number one, it is a strategic discussion that resolves an issue in a way that both parties find acceptable. So when you have a conflict, when you are not happy with certain thing, when you are facing disappointment, that's why I say never ever talk about another person, but talk to the person that you feel disappointed or you feel that you need to resolve certain issue. Okay, so talk to the person. Number two, each party tries to persuade the other to agree with his or her point of view. So this is not about winning all the time. It's about when we discuss, some people, especially in social media, we feel that some people like believing that whatever he or she said, everybody needs to agree, okay? Or they will be so defensive. This is not the right way to negotiate. The best thing about discussion is to negotiate thoughts so that people will alter certain point of view and people will accept certain point of view and both will gain some win-win situation. All involved parties try to avoid arguing, agree to reach some form of compromise. For example, when all of you are trying to get your group work done, so some of you might not like the task given to you, maybe because you feel it is too much. Okay, but do not talk about your leader. Okay, talk to your leader in order to resolve problem. Let him or her know that you feel it is not fair for him or her to give that much work to yourself alone compared to the rest of your group. Just like with your lecturers, also the same thing. If you find some disagreement, so you need to text or talk to her or him so that you can reach some form of compromise. Okay, for example, when you have problem with your attendance, okay, I will ask you the reason, direct ask you the reason why you have problem in this time and that time. Then you are trying to explain to me and negotiate it so that I can excuse you from giving you warning letter. Okay, why? Then if it is when we have certain kind of agreement, then we have a compromise. It also involves some give and take. Okay, so like me, when I ask why have you not you did not attend few classes, for example, and then you said it's because of the bad on internet line and so forth. So I'm able to take your reason, but at the same time I ask you to write to me a letter, so it's a win-win situation. Okay, or in other situation that you know better, if you want to go out, if you want to have some extra allowance from your parents, and then your parents say if you want this you have to do this, and then you will negotiate, and at the end of the day you will agree. So the thing about negotiation, if you really master negotiation, you will not feel frustrated or even defensive, because this is life. uh, Along the way, from time to time, we are going to have conflicting interests. And if you do not know how to negotiate, people do not understand what you really want. Okay, so remember to negotiate wisely, calmly, in order to get what you want in a good way. Okay, by not disrupting the situation or make the situation worse. Number five, the other though must concede defeat. Okay, sometimes in the time of negotiation, you might need to embrace the defeat. Okay, not all, although it's a very minimal. Okay, parties involved in negotiation can be from so many, your lecturers, your parents, your friends, your future bosses, and many more, your team in football or anything. Yeah, they can include talks between buyers and seller, and employers and prospective employee, or between government of two or more countries. So including when you are in social media, there are also a lot of the negotiation involved too. So, what are the tactics for you to be able to ace your negotiation? Remember, every single time when you feel you have conflicting, or you are not happy with certain things that you get, or you have some issue, you must negotiate. Do not just keep it to yourself and all talk to other people about another person. You are not making the issue smaller or win the negotiation, but you are actually making it big and never ever get what you want. Okay, first, listen more and talk less. You need to be able to understand the other side once, and do not do your best, do our best, okay, not to have a negative thought first without listening to another person's wants and concern. Okay, and try to find a common ground. For example, you have your common ground is to complete your assignment, but you do have some issue with this friends and that friend. So what you need to do is to negotiate and get the common ground ready, which is actually get the assignment ready in a good way. Use timing to your advantage. Time your negotiations wisely. Do not have negotiation when, for example, if you want something from your mother, you negotiate during her working hour, or when she was busy cooking, or when she was busy doing something or talking to other people. Right. The best thing, if you know that she will love you to wake up early and pray with her, so that is the best time for you to negotiate. Okay, find the right way to frame the negotiation. Frame the negotiation to properly prioritize the points that matters to you. Okay, so do not put too much negative emotion when you have a negotiation, because negative emotion will make a very wrong intonation, and when people listen to it, they will interpret wrongly. For example, if you want to go and park somewhere, all right, and then there's a security guard say, oh, you can't park here. Okay, so some of you might be angry and said bad words to the security guard. I mean, there are few cases whereby they were heated argument with security guard. So what you need to do is to understand his situation, that he is doing his job. So how do you want to negotiate it? To ask, where else can I get the parking, because I really need to go and it's only for a few minutes. And when you speak until he or she understands you, he might say, okay, tak apa, you can just park here, masuk sekejap saja tau, and then come back. So then you get what you want, and he gets what he wants. Okay, to get things done. Okay, always get what you give. Whenever you're making a concessions, make sure you receive something in return. Okay, make sure you have things. It's not like you sacrifice everything. Okay, always be willing to walk. Okay, like me, when my daughters or my son wants something, I will make sure I get something out of it, because that's how to train people. Okay, like okay, if you want expensive iPhone, for example, okay, so maybe your parents will say, okay, if you want this, make sure you do this choice, because it's very expensive, So how many months are you going to work in order for you to earn the iPhone, for example? Okay, so you lose some by needing to do more chores, but you also get what your ultimate goal, the iPhone, for example. Okay, always be willing to walk. Okay, when negotiating, take emotion out of the equation. As I mentioned, okay, if it's not successful, don't carry it out too much. Okay, don't just like make throw tantrums and so forth. Start high, then slowly concede. Okay, have a clever sense of your goals, but demanding more at first. Okay, so sometimes if you feel that your mother might not give you your iPhone 12, so maybe you want something that is, then you ask for that, and then maybe your mom will give something that is lesser than that. Okay, just like your laptop too. Okay, so strategy to negotiation. Okay, now number one, the negotiation process is continual and not an individual event. So if it's not successful in the first place, so there are plan B, plan C, plan D, E. So persevere. Okay, constantly look for opportunity and enhance a relationship negotiation. It is easy for us to say all this, but it's not that easy to do it. Yeah. So what we need to do is the skills and perseverance to do it. Think positively. As I mentioned, if you think badly about other people or about the situation or the perspective about something, your business or your assignment or your success in life, then it's very hard for you to win the negotiation. Believe that you are capable of winning the negotiation process. Prepare yourself efficiently, pack yourself with information, okay, before you strike into the negotiation. You need to know. For example, like if you go for your interview, also it's a part of negotiation. Okay, why you need to hire me. Okay, that kind of like is a part of negotiation too. Think about the best and worst outcome wisely. Don't easily recite with emotion. Don't take it too much. As I mentioned, if plan A doesn't work, there are always until plan Z or more than that. Be articulate and build value. Okay, have a strong belief in what you are negotiating. If you believe that it is unfair for your team leader to give you too much work, you need to talk about it so that he or him understand. The thing about all of us, the problem is always because of misunderstanding. Okay, miscommunication, especially when we are doing online. Okay, so if you have a problem with any lecturers, I hope that you start negotiating now, because it's already 8 week and you need to get your marks. Okay, so it's not nice for you to have any problem with your lecturers. Okay, start talking if you have issues with any of the lecturers. A give and take win-win conclusion. Whenever you give something, make sure you receive something back in the negotiation. Okay, this is not like, okay, we are just give sacrifice. Okay, you are not a lamb or a goat to be sacrificed. Just like husband and wife in the house. Okay, it's not about wife have to sacrifice masak semua and all that. That is not a good and strategic negotiation. As a partner, both supposed to do work together. So that's all. So I really hope you understand what is the meaning of negotiation. Let's try and make it work. Bye.